to talk to the people surrounding that forecast of Katrina. So I went to the National Hurricane Centre, where they compile all these forecasts. And really interestingly, I went to spend some time with the hurricane hunters, which, if you're not familiar with the hurricane hunters, are a fascinating group of people because they are the people who fly into hurricanes to take measurements. Now, you can see here actually a video of the hurricane hunters as they were taking out a mission here in Irma. And it seems crazy that you'd want to fly into the eye of a hurricane or around a hurricane. But actually, it's relatively safe to do because they can see where the turbulence is. That's the up and down drafts. And those are the things that can cause damage to the aircraft. So the kind of straight line wind speeds of up to 200 miles an hour, they can cope with those and they can actually punch through into the eye of the hurricane.
So these are pictures from Irma, are they?
Yes, this was from Irma, yes. So they document everything. And actually on Monday night, there was about 3 of these Hurricane Hunter aircrafts flying in and around Irma.
So we saw how bad Hurricane or Tropical Storm Harvey was. I mean, this is far more powerful. Wind speeds are much higher. I mean, how bad is this? Put it in context for us, Irma, at the moment. So
let's just think about the size of Irma. If you imagine France, Irma is about the same size of France.
Wow.
And it's huge, absolutely huge. And you think about the tiny islands of the Caribbean that Irma is going across, you know, it's totally engulfing. We measure hurricane categories as 1 to 5, 1 being the weakest, 5 being the strongest, and Irma is category 5, so that's quite rare. And actually, it's not just made at category 5, it's well into category 5 status, with sustained wind speeds of 185 miles an hour, gusting 220 miles an hour.
What is the most dangerous part of this storm? Is it going to be winds, waves? What's it likely to be?
That's a really interesting question. A lot of people think that it's the winds, and of course the winds are devastating, but it's actually the storm surge and the flooding that can come with a hurricane that can actually kill more people. So a message that the National Hurricane Centre were putting to me and you know, to everyone is that it's the floodwaters that can actually cause you more harm than the winds themselves.
And it is quite hard to perfectly predict the path of a storm as well, isn't it? So
it is, yeah.
What sort of affects that, and where might it go? Because Florida and a number of other places are on high alert, aren't they?
They are. So this is the key thing about the hurricane hunters. They are crucial in the forecasting of this hurricane. So they're flying in the hurricane, taking all these measurements, not only within the hurricane, but around the hurricane to look at the environment around it. And that will help them get an idea of the steering flow, where it's going to go. And all that data they collect is sent real time back to the National Hurricane Centre, and they put together the forecast. Now, it's going to be sustained as a Category 4 hurricane, or 5 hurricane, as it is now, for quite a long time. It's going to move towards the Virgin Islands next, then towards Puerto Rico, just the north of Cuba. And then beyond that, there is some uncertainty, but it's becoming increasingly likely now that it's going to hit parts of Florida, southern Florida. So we've seen that the Keys of Florida have been under some sort of evacuation notice. So that's going to be by the weekend. So they're going to be keeping a very close eye on the situation there.
Okay, so no signs of it dying out at all?
Yeah, and of course, it's, you know, we haven't had a major hurricane hitting the US for 12 years.
Yeah.
We had Harvey only a few weeks ago. This will be the second major hurricane potentially impacting the US in a season, and that's in itself historic.
Well, Simon, you've sort of given us an idea of what might be to come, but thank you very much. It's absolutely fascinating. I'll make sure that those pictures actually from the Hurricane Hunters are on our social media sites as well, because it's fascinating to see them.
Fact of the day as well, that Irma the size of France, it gives you instantly, you've got the picture of just how huge it is. Thank you so much for that, Simon.
Thank you.